almost want to kind of do this. Like, here's what's the point of the story. First point of story. You almost want to answer this before you start writing. Okay. It's like, and then it's like, what's the point of the story? What, like, which is also the belief you want to convince, you know what I mean? Sell. It's like, what are you trying to sell them on? You got to answer that first, whatever that is, type here. And then you want to be like, what story, what story you want to write to use. Yeah. Like, that's the two things you need to decide. Like, when I'm writing something, I always think end in mind. Like, what's the objective? What's the point? And so you can say this objective. Like, what is the point? And usually the objective is some point of like offer or belief you're trying to offer. Either you're selling something or you're selling an idea. You're selling a call to action or you're selling an idea. But it always ends with some objective, or else what was the point of them reading all of it? There has to be purpose. So objective, you call it a purpose. It doesn't matter what you call it, but all of these is the same point. Belief you want to sell. And so you sit down and you go, okay, the belief you want to teach or the purpose or objective. All right, it's this. So when I'm writing something, I go, okay, if I'm writing a promo post, I'm like, well, I want to get people to want to take this promotion. So I go, what story can I use? The best story I can use to make them think or believe what I need them to believe to say yes to this. If it's a point I want to make, like I want to inspire someone. If the objective is to inspire them, then I make a transformation. I tell them something that was really hard. And that's how inspiration is, breaking through hard things. If I want them to see me as an authority and I'm writing something, I go, so, okay, I want them to see me as an authority, subjective. So then I make a bold statement about something that, you know, most people don't agree with, and then I'll prove it. Like, I'm always starting with the end in mind. That's how you know if you're writing like something worth your time. And then you go, what story is the best story to help me do that? And then you write. Then you go into the hook, right? This is the hook, right? Here's the hook. And it has to be attention grabbing plus relevant to niche. So it has to identify the niche and be relevant to them. That's what you're doing here. That's the first post. And then this is the story. Okay. Story. And this has to be, you would say, captivating in a way, first person, you know, you want to do that. Plus it has to be brief. And most importantly, clear. And then at the end of it, you kind of make your point, right? Where is it?
Oops. Yeah, right. As soon as you choose, I've put together a free training. That was where.
No, it's right here. It's right here.
Oh, so here's my
call to action or the conclusion. So whether it's your offer or the point you're trying to make, you put it here. That's what you're doing here. Okay. And the only thing is it has to be clear. Has to be clear. Very clear. Okay. So here's my message for you today. You know, whatever the moral of the point is or belief you want them to believe in, you got to choose. And then the PS, if you ever did a PS, it could be like call to action. Like, hey, DM me if you need this. If you're interested in seeing this training, yeah, exactly like that. Right. I like actually recently, I like putting this as a PS. So PS. Like that. Because you kind of separate the valuable story different from what you're asking. So it almost like when you do it like this, it almost looks like you gave value and then you're like, hey, by the way, instead of making the thing about the thing you wanted to ask, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like the difference between I have a whole conversation with you at an event. And then before I say bye, do I go, so if you want help, I can help you. It became a pitch the whole time then. But if I go, yeah, and so that's the point. And you go, wow, thanks so much. Of course. Oh, by the way, if you need help, let me know. See, that's a way different feeling.
Yeah.
Call to action than putting it inside the actual. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's like a templated version of understanding how to write a post. That's how I think. I don't have a worksheet for this, but it's how I think when I'm writing. Okay.